employees must have taken that picture.
Yeah. Well, we have one shot. I do have some resources, and we got one shot of you that.
Wow. That's gee.
So, can you explain?
Let's change the subject. Talk politics. What's the number one thing you're most proud of in the first term?
There's so much, but truly health reform.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, something that hasn't been accomplished by a sitting president in a century. And one of the things that struck me, I was on the plane when the Supreme Court decision came down with my team, and the young people on the plane, a lot of the kids, 25 or so, they breathed a sigh of relief because I didn't realize several of them had pre-existing conditions.
Sure.
And they had been worried what would happen because they work for the government. They're not going to work for the government their entire lives. So they were worried about whether they could ever get health care. And that's no longer an issue for Americans. You can't be denied coverage.
So what was it like in the... Because this is a really decision that could have gone either way. In fact, initially a couple of news outlets got it wrong and said it was defeated. What was it like in the White House? Were you guys just, was it just tension? Because everything was riding.
You know, everybody was trying to pretend like they weren't paying attention. Oh, Supreme Court decision coming down today? Oh, see you, honey.
There's that kiss again. Yeah.
That kiss again, see? But I was on a plane, actually, when it came down. And as I said, the whole plane just broke out in cheers. And I called Barack from the plane just to congratulate him. And I thought he'd just be like, yeah. But actually, he was like he always is. He said, you know, this isn't about a victory for me. It's really about a victory for all those millions of Americans who don't have to worry about insurance.
You know, it's funny, when I saw him, when I saw him come out, I could tell he was in a good mood. You could read it in his face. Show that footage when he made the announcement.
This is an NBC News special report.
He was happy.
Yeah. Now you're going to be speaking at the Democratic National Convention.
Yes, I am.
So,
kickoff speaker.
I remember 4 years ago you were a bit reluctant, not reluctant, but what's going to happen? Now you seem. Are you enjoying it? Is it fun?
You know, I always enjoyed it.
Right.
I didn't know what to expect, but I've said this before. Campaigning is a privilege because it's rare that you get the opportunity as an American to travel into communities and really get to know people in this country. And you're reminded that they're decent, you know, that we pretty much have the same values and want the same things out of life. That sort of divisiveness that you see in the news, that doesn't exist out there. So I consider it an absolute privilege. And, you know, it's something that I look forward to.
And how do you protect, you know, when I saw Malia in that picture at the KISS camp, I realized you guys do a great job of keeping them out of the spotlight, because they go, oh my God, she's a young woman now. She's like a little girl.
Absolutely.
How do you protect them from just the nastiness? How do they deal with this?
Fortunately, they're kids, and they're focused on themselves, fortunately. It's like, it's their world. So, you know, Malia is older. She knows what's going on, but they've just learned to understand this is part of the job. And I also say, and I say this every time, that the media, the public, they've been really good with the girls. I mean, they haven't breached sort of the boundaries that we've set. And that's true for folks in this country, regardless of what they think about me or Barack. They've looked after our girls, and will be forever grateful for this country for respecting their parents.
What do you think of this choice of Paul Ryan as he's running mate? Were you surprised by that?
You know, I haven't spent much time thinking about that, and don't know Ryan that well, but we welcome them to the campaign because, as I said, this is a privilege, and I hope that he and his family embrace the opportunity, which I know they will, to get out there and meet people in this country, and we welcome them to the campaign.
So, well, it's going to be fun. It should be an interesting ride.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
it's two distinct,
gotta
different
be
points
right.
of view. No, I mean, there's two distinct, different points of view, and people make a decision. Now you're going to be a guest editor on iVillage. What's
Yes,
that about?
that's
Tell me about that.
exciting. Yeah, the first time they've ever done it, but iVillage is an important online conversation with working women and mothers, and I'm going to be the guest editor for the back to school issue. So we're talking about how do we get our lives on track as our kids go back to school, eating right, exercising, taking care of ourselves as women, nurturing our relationships with one another. So it's been fun to work with the crew. They are an exciting bunch of women, smart, sharp. So this is the first time they've ever done it, and I'm
That's
honored,
great. Well, they
deeply
couldn't have a
honored.
better guest editor. Now, I know you have to run, but can you stick around for Gabby Douglas?
Absolutely.
Well,
I
you
can't
will
wait
stay
to-
for it?
Yes.
That's fantastic. All right, be right back with Gabby Douglas, the First Lady of the United States.